Okay, for our hinge progression, to teach the hinge, we're going to start with a dowel or a stick. You could use a hockey stick or something that's pretty light. So we're going to hold it behind us. Head is touching, back is touching, butt is touching. From here, a little bend in the knee. That same amount of bend is going to stay. And then I'm going to hinge forward, trying to keep contact at all 3 points. Hinge back up. So I'm pushing my butt back to the wall behind me. Should feel a big stretch through my hamstrings. Pop back up. Okay? From there, we can progress to a kettlebell swing where it's a similar movement, but now just a little bit more dynamic. So I'm swinging down, swinging up. Try to keep that tall posture throughout the whole movement, not getting quite as low. Next up, an assisted single leg deadlift. So we can put a hand on a bench, stand on one leg, stand on the inside leg, hinge down, come back up. Using this hand just for a little bit of support, not pushing off at all. From there, unassisted, but we're going to reach with the medicine ball now. So we're going to reach the medicine ball out in the front, come back up. And then lastly, just adding load to that single leg deadlift. Some common mistakes you will see, and you will see it, doing that hip hinge. A lot of athletes tend to just fall over. They don't quite understand the concept of having a tall torso, so it looks like that. That's why having the dowel behind can be a really good idea, so they can feel where they're losing their posture, whether it's their head dipping forward or their back rounding. Another thing you might see is as they start to go down, they extend the knees and then fold. So they're just like hyper extending their knees almost as they fall down. Again, we want a little bend in the knee, and then that bend isn't going to change. So as I push my hips back, that little bend stays, it doesn't extend, and it doesn't squat, which might be the last thing you see. Instead of a hinge, it turns just into a squat as they're really trying to push their butt back, like you cued them to. Little bend in the knee, push the hips back, learning that posture. Because then in the kettlebell swing, it will be quite evident who is swinging with a tall posture and who is flopping back and forth.